What's up, YouTube? It's your boy TJ Tharvin, back with another video.
Hey, it's your girl Liz. How you doing?
Alright, so we got right now, it's a special video. We're doing a Q&A, couple questions that was sent to our DMs and the close friends, and we just want to answer these questions. We're not going to take too much of your time. It's going to be a quick, straight to the point video. You got anything to say before we get started?
No kids today.
No kids today. I think I said that already. Thank you guys for the likes, the likes and the new subscribers. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate you. So, how about you read the first question?
Okay, so we just gonna jump right in.
Exactly.
How did you guys meet?
How did we meet? We met at college in a math class. And it was funny because I seen her come into the classroom with her friend, and I looked, I'm like, damn. Turned my head mad quick, like, oh, I ain't see nothing.
I see
and
that.
then it just so happened that they coming into my aisle to sit down, find a seat. I got my bag in the seat next to me because he needs a seat too, and they want to sit next to me. So I get him a little attitude. I don't even remember what I said, but I gave him attitude. It was nothing nice, and they kept it pushing. I think they went down further to another seat. And then that was our first initial interaction with each other. And then now the class, it was a math class, it was horrible. And the class somehow was breaking up, everybody was leaving. And I ran into them in a staircase. And, and she was saying how,
both of us, we were there.
She was like saying like, we're going to another math class and you should come to that math class too. So in my head, I'm like, what the hell? You invited me to this math class for? So we ended up talking, little conversation. I ended up following and listening to them about enrolling in the next math class. But then we also had an ELA class together, and that's when we really started talking and getting to know each other. And I always thought she was pretty. I always thought she was cute. Like I saw when I first initially saw, I'm like, aloha, ooh. Had to turn the bust of UV, had to front and all that. But yeah, that's how we met. We met in college, and I think we was feeling each other and looking at each other for a period of time, but never really spoke to each other. And thank God we did, because we're still here. So how does, in your opinion, how did we meet?
Okay, I agree with most of that. Yeah, I think I agree with all of it. Except the fact that when we approached him with his bag, he did not even say anything to us. He gave us a look, okay? He looked at us and looked right back. So we were like, all right, forget you then. Like, we're gonna go up front. But yeah, he was so stush. Like, for somebody who saw me and thought I was beautiful, he was stush. I think he might have been shy. He was probably scared.
Yeah, I was shy. We could say that.
Right. And me and my friend will always talk about him because he was fine. He's still fine. Shoot. And I don't think I was ever going to speak to him. Yeah, because I was working 3 jobs. And going to school full time. So I was trying to get myself together, and I was not trying to get distracted by, a young man. Especially because I had all these other little boys in college trying to talk to me, and I didn't want none of it. He could tell you how many people used to walk me to class every day.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. People used to drop her to class. She was always hanging around. She was a hood bugger.
First of all,
it seemed like she was a hood bugger.
I was not no damn hood bugger.
It was just so much boys around.
And I don't know why.
Mega was like high school. It was like high school. So
it really was.
Nobody grows up immature.
No. And it was really funny because in our English class, our professor always picked on me, and I sat right behind him. So that was another reason. Like, he was just like,
me.
Right, for real. He was literally right in front of me. Right in front of me.
So it's like, credit too.
Why does he want to always pick on me? So every time he would have to turn and just look at me every time. It was hilarious. But yeah, that was our meeting story. It was really cool. We would always see each other in the library too. What this man doing in the library? Like,
yeah, the library wasn't even a library. It was a chill spot.
It really was a chill spot. I don't know why.
What happened?
He's like, chilling. Yeah. I got my work done. Thanks.
Yeah, you did get your work done. Library is a chill spot.
Graduated, BA, BSN. Stop playing with me. All right. how long have y'all been together?
I went the first time, so it's your turn to go first.
Oh, okay. I would say we've been together for about 8.5 years. Now, why I say that is because we've had some rocky on and offs in the beginning. So the times we stopped talking, probably like for like a month at a time, I could add up to about 6 months.
Yeah.
So I would say 8.5 years, because we started talking in 2015, at the end of 2015, and it's about to be the end of 2023. So it's been a while, almost a decade for real.
Yeah,
am I counting that right?
Almost a decade, because we did have our on and off. So when we was off, it would only last like a month or a couple of weeks. We couldn't stay too far away from each other without somebody just gravitating back to the next person. So if you add it all up, it was like probably like a year of F-ups, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been together about 8.
I did the math
years.
again. 7.5.
7.5 years.
Yeah. Okay, I did it again.
7.5 years, because I started college in 2015, and you said you started college in 2015 as well. So yeah, that's about right, because we started talking our first year in college anyway.
Yeah.
We started talking. So yeah, that's how we met. So next question. I'll read the next question, sister.
Here.
How long? What pisses you off the most about each other? That's a good question. So what pisses me off the most about Liz is, I would say, it's something that all women have. They're just oblivious to like certain things that goes on around them, and that's really just my biggest pet peeve. Like, for example, let's say a dude trying to talk to her, like, you know, he's being extra helpful, being extra nice, and it's like, no, he's just, you know, he just wants to get me to, you know, he just wants to help me. Like, no, nobody just wants to help you. Nobody just want to think. He likes you. He's probably trying to get somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So this being so oblivious and just so bubbling, and I feel like most women, they're like that. And for another example, besides a dude trying to talk to you, let's see. Maybe like somebody leading you on, like, oh, look, I have this deal for you, or I can make you $100,000, and you just so into, oh my God, $100,000 that you don't realize you're getting scammed. You know, so I feel like all women have that problem, discernment, deciphering between what's factual and what's not.
Imaginary.
I guess imaginary, maybe not even factual. I guess factual was the right way to go about it, but that's my biggest problem, being pissed off. Everything else, I don't really got no other issue, because we talk and communicate about our problems and what we want and what we don't like and things of that nature. So as far as being pissed off, as soon as I get pissed off, I'm about to tell you what's pissing me off. It wasn't always like that.
I was saying
but,
what?
Yeah, it wasn't always like that, but that's what it is now. So as far as being pissed off, it ain't no real pissed off, but the simple fact of the judgment, like, you know, and just seeing things for what it is. And that's about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
So what pisses me off about you is that
I do.
he doesn't do things my way. Now, when I say that, let's say...
There is no right way.
Let's say giving Hunter a bath, our son Hunter. I do it a specific way. And it's like a do. He does it his way, like it's different. And it just upsets me, because like, why can't you do it the way I do it? Or if it's regular stuff with Hunter, getting him dressed, feeding him, it's just he does it his own way, and it just bothers me a little bit, because it's not the way that I started doing it. It's not the way that I put in place for it to be done, and that kind of pisses me off. But it's like, I'm learning to not be so pissed off, because we're both individuals. I'm mom, he's dad, so we'll both have a different way of doing the same thing.
Right.
His philosophy is 8 plus 2, 7 plus 3, 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8. All those gets you to the number 10 in just a different way. So I'm learning to just let it be, because it's still getting done. It's at the end of the day, we're still reaching the same goal, still reaching
the same thing.
The same thing, but it's just the steps that I wanted to take to get there, he doesn't take them. He'll take a different steps.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that really just pisses me off. But I guess it doesn't really piss me off. It's just kind of annoying because, like, why can't you just do it the way that I want you to?
Right.
But I feel like that's the thing for women too, because women are very controlling.
Yeah.
And they are very like.
And if you do it her way, or you in general you do it somebody else's way, and you still do it wrong, it still doesn't happen the way they wanted to, because in their mind they have this whole idea and image of how it's supposed to come out and how it's supposed to be. And we cannot satisfy everybody. We cannot please everybody. That's something we gotta stop doing as people, because you just messing yourself up trying to please other people. You cannot reach their expectations, unfortunately. So the only thing you could do is your best on how you do it. Like she said, 8 plus 2, 5 plus 5, and 9 plus 1 all amounts to the same thing. So if I take the squiggly way and you take the straight way and he jumps over both of us, but we all got to Six Flags, then what does it really matter? How does it really matter about how we got there when we all amount to the same thing? You think millionaires and billionaires, we talking about, I went through this, I went through that to get to the billion? No, it's just the process. You know, everybody goes through and deals and has their own process and way of dealing with things. Some people are slow. Some people are fast. So, you know, it's just life. But sorry to cut you off, you know?
No, it's okay. I appreciate your perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I answered that question pretty well. That's the only thing that really.
The question was, what pisses you off the most about each other?
Yeah,
I said my part. Yeah, I said my part. You said your part. Yep. So the next question is, who changed the most throughout the relationship? I feel that if one person changes for another person, compromises who they are for another person in a relationship to keep going, then you are doing yourself an injustice by compromising yourself, who you are, your integrity, what you stand for, what you be for someone else, and it's inevitable that you're just gonna fall into your old ways and who you are at some point in time, because you're trying to conform to what somebody else wants you to be, and you can't do that. You know, it's contrary to who you are, and it will drive you crazy. You would lose it. You would go insane. You know, the person come around and say, however way they want you to be, now you gotta switch it up, and it becomes very dreadful and depressing, and that's gonna mess you up. So I would say to be who you are, right, and don't compromise. If the person cannot deal with who you are, what you do, and your behavior, then find somebody else who will. Move on. Do not stay with somebody, especially because I have a kid together, or I'm gonna stay for the kids, because that's even worse too. Now the kid is looking at this dysfunctional family, this dysfunctional relationship as how they would find a partner in life, because that's what they grew up seeing and knowing it to be. So that's completely wrong ideology to engage in. You know, if you're not happy, you guys not in agreement, find somebody who makes you happy. Find somebody who will agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever stay in a situation because you feel like nobody else wants you, or you feel like you can't find anything better. You know, because you are making yourself miserable, you are destroying yourself, and you are making your lifespan shorter as well, because you're constantly stressed out. You have all these things bottled in. You have no outlet to let these things, you know, you're not being truthful. The truth will set you free. And not saying to tell the truth to set you free. The truth will set you free. You will feel it. You're like, it's a relief. You might fall asleep after you done let them know how you really felt. You might fall asleep. And, man, I've been holding that shit in for like a year and a half now. You know what I'm saying? So as far as who changed the most throughout the relationship, to answer that question, we both changed in exponential ways. We've both grown. We've both became who we really are, and we both helped each other. We both poured into each other. We both was each other's outlet. You know, it wasn't always like that, but with time, things grow. But you also have to want it. You also have to identify the problems. You also have to let each other know, hey, I don't like this, or hey, this bothers me, or hey, something like that. Like I said, it's not easy. So if you're with somebody that you really want to be with, then you should let these things be known. You should put these things out there, so you don't have to be continuing to waste your time. You see what I'm saying? And then later down the line, now you come and find out this person has bad ways, or this person likes to do things this way and you don't like it, you have to address that. You have to be prone enough to say something. But then another thing too, we have to have a better screening of each other too when it comes to relationships too. We need to screen each other better. We ask some of the most irrelevant questions. How much money you got? What's your credit score? Which is not bad questions. How about questions like, how's your relationship with your parents? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your biggest, things that really have value, especially if you're with somebody that you really want to be with. You find, but that's my take on it. Who changed the most throughout the relationship? We both changed. We both grew. We helped each other to become who we are. If I compromised, if I allowed her to influence me, I wouldn't be who I am. I would be her BI. You know what I'm saying? And I would be miserable, especially as a man. I'm a man. I don't know about you, but I'm a man. And I got a man leads, a man protects, a man is the man of his house. You know what I'm saying? Of the household. And et cetera, et cetera. What a man does, I do. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot allow the woman to influence you and your decisions, because men have their own way of doing things, just like she said before, with what pisses her off. And that's supposed to piss you off. If I followed and listened and did everything you said, then something would be wrong. Like I said, I would be a little pup. I would be a little BI. Oh, yeah, come here. You know you're not supposed to do that. Don't know.
Where the leash at?
Yeah, get the leash. and you ain't playing with the ball today. You know what I'm saying? And it don't work like that. So how do you feel? Who changed the most throughout the relationship?
I do think it was both of us, definitely. And for me, my change was me realizing how my past childhood traumas affected my relationship a lot. Like the things I went through, the things I've seen, it just affected the person I was, how I conducted myself, how I responded to other people, how I was intimately in my relationship. And
that's deep.
Yes.
These are the facts, you see? What communication gets you.
Right. And it took me a lot of time to get there, because I thought everything was okay. I thought, yeah, that stuff is in the past, it's whatever, it's back there, I'm not thinking about it, I'm looking forward, I'm looking ahead. But I never addressed those issues, and I never tried to fix them, and I never tried to heal from them, even though I thought I healed, but I didn't. I just didn't think about it. But it's like, when you're actually in a state of, I would say, consciousness and understanding, you see these things like, oh wait, like, oh, maybe this is wrong. Oh no, the person who I saw do this, they were sad, they were broken, they were fucked up. Ooh, and then I'm doing the same thing. I'm not sad, I'm not broken, I'm not fucked up. So why am I doing that?
Yeah.
Exactly. I kept putting myself in that same box over and over again. So it took me some time to understand my reality and actually change the things that needed to be changed for me to be a better person. Right. And change always starts from within. Right. I'm not going to change for him. I'm not going to change for this person, that person. I'm not going to change for no friends, no associates, nobody. Myself, and myself only. Exactly. And me changing for myself helped me be a better spouse, a better mom, a better friend, a better everything. Because now,
that's good. That's actually
because now
I changed too. We both, like I said, we both changed, and we both had to look within to change who we are. We cannot look at our partner to change to the. We can't look at our partner to change to then determine how we gonna change ourselves, or how we gonna conform or mold ourselves to fit into them. The piece of the puzzle, like in a relationship, they have one puzzle piece and the other puzzle piece, and you put it together. No, it don't work like that. Your piece is already your piece, and your piece is already your piece. But now your ways is what you practice and what you think, what you engage in, what you fulfill yourself, what your mentality is on how you perceive yourself to behave and maneuver within life. And just like she said, you seeing these things, so you practice it because it's all you see and you know. Initially, I said also too, pay attention. Let's go, my lovely queen. I love it. I love the truth. I love the truth.
One of the things that I noticed back in the day with him is, well, with TJ thriving, is that I would always make him talk. Like, I would always force him to talk about his feelings, things he went through, what's going on in his head. But I never brought myself to a point where I could do those things. And it's not like I wasn't comfortable with him or anything. I just wasn't comfortable talking about the situation or comfortable expressing things that I put in the back of my mind. So that really like put a hinder on our relationship, because it's like I want him to express all the time, but I'm not willing to do the same. And not only I'm not willing to do this, not that I'm not only willing to do the same, I'm also putting up this facade that there's nothing wrong. There was nothing ever wrong, and I'm perfect, and I am this super bubbly person that's never been through shit in life. But everybody goes through things. Everybody has their faults. Everybody has some type of trauma, whether you want to believe it or not. Especially being a Haitian girl, yeah, you do.
I would say just being a black woman in general, and me being a black male in general too. Our race of people alone, what we endure, what we believe to be the way of life.
True.
Hiding.
True.
Putting up this facade. It's just what we been subjected to generation after generation after generation. My mother went through it, her mother may have went through it, her mother may have, our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, and so on and so forth. This is not something new. This is just what was taught to us, what we have been practicing for years that is wrong. And that's where it comes with the breaking the generational curse. And you could break the generational curse too. All you gotta do is look in the mirror and stop looking out the window. You know, stop looking at your brother, stop looking at your mother, stop looking at your sister, stop looking at your cousin to help you or to tell you what it is that you need to tell us yourself and figure out for yourself. You know?
That's the one thing. I never wanted to look in the mirror.
Nobody want to look in the mirror, because when you look in the mirror, you see this person, you're like, who is this? You look in the mirror, you don't even realize who you are. You look in the mirror at who you want to be. Your perspective, your bifocals is projecting what you want to be, but it's not there. You chasing something that you cannot catch. So
and you can't catch it until you, what's that term? Until you, I guess, make right, whatever it is, until you handle the stuff from the past. You feel me? Trauma, you can't go forward until your past is complete, your past is done, and it's over with. Because that shit is gonna keep on coming back and biting you in the butt every time. You can see a billionaire, right? But they cry every single day. Why do they cry every single day? Because they never dealt with their past trauma. They're not happy at all. Because money don't make you happy. You gotta make yourself happy. You have to emotionally feel it. But it's temporary.
It's temporary. It's not joy.
It's not.
Money don't bring you joy. Money bring you happiness. And if you have enough money, you can continue to be happy by purchasing things.
Why you think them billionaires died? They needed something to do. They needed something to fulfill their time.
Right, exactly. Keep them engaged and distracted.
They're not really. They don't have no joy. They don't have nothing keeping them going. Let me go do this submarine thing. Maybe I'll have a story to tell at the next party.
True.
That's about it.
That is true, right? That is true. Something to talk about. Something to interact with their peers with. Like, oh, listen to this. Oh, hey Joe, what did you do this weekend? Yeah, you know, I took my boat out. I actually crashed into a damn whale out there in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, why the hell did you go so far into the water, Joe?
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? Just doing outrageous things because they have idle time.
Yeah.
Idle time because they have so much money. We running around distracted trying to make money. For people who don't need to make money, they worrying where to spend their money. What I'm gonna do to keep myself entertained with this money, you know? And especially people who have money don't really have family, because for you to have money, you had to have chased your goal. You had to have chased your dream, and you had to have had sacrificed. And for you to sacrifice, it means to sacrifice your family, not really killing, but sacrifice the time spent with them, sacrifice the relationships with whomever that may be around you. And that's for most successful businesses and most successful businessmen and women as well. They had to sacrifice, and more than likely it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Especially your kids. You sacrifice 5 years of your kid, now your kid's a teenager. Mom, I don't need you. Got your own way to make money. Oh man, I wish. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's too late. You know what I'm saying? So you have to realize the value within what you're doing too. Is it worth it? What is the outcome? What am I losing in the process of chasing this dream? what am I gonna gain in the process of chasing this dream? You have to identify and realize these things, you know.
Ooh, that's
accountability.
Accountability. That's one of the things about changing as well. Take accountability for your actions.
Yeah.
Take accountability for your actions. Because a lot of people do not want to take accountability. A lot of people don't want to admit their faults. A lot of people don't want to admit that they're wrong, especially females. I'm so sorry, ladies, but we never want to admit when we're wrong. We never want to admit when we are the problem. We never want to admit when our actions led a man to do what they did. There's certain things you gotta understand, you gotta identify. But for females, we have this pretty picture. We're great, we're awesome. These men supposed to bow down to our feet, kiss our feet, and do everything for us. But honestly, what are you doing for them?
And in defense of the woman, I would say, well, in defense of the men, I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong word. Not in defense of the men, but on behalf of the men now, all guys, all men ain't really doing what they're supposed to do to get the great woman anyway. You know what I'm saying?
That's why that screening process is there.
That's why that screening process, that whole screening process is about to asking the right questions. Now, you chasing a man due to the way society tells you what the great man is. Car, clothes, X, Y, and Z, but he's sleeping on the floor and he got to make up the floor when he gets up in the morning. And that's the guy you chasing. You see what I'm saying? So your whole idea of what a great man is that you looking for is wrong off rip. You know what I'm saying? It's all wrong because I come around, I got Dior, Louis, oh my God, he's fine, he did that third, just off of my appearance, what I'm wearing, because society told you a man is only good for money. A man is only good for how much money he has and what he has acquired, which is incorrect. You know what I'm saying? And if you follow that ideology, then you're gonna keep ending up in the same predicaments.
Correct.
Ending up with the same problems with the men. You're not ending up with men. You ending up with boys. Because they themselves don't know who they are. They don't know where they want to be too. And most of them are bitchy, undecided, undecisive, and etc. etc. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
And a lot of them got mommy and daddy issues.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Why? Trauma that they have not dealt with. Trauma that they want to keep pushing back. I'm just saying, y'all, for men and women, deal with that trauma, please.
Nobody's
because
perfect.
It will affect your life tremendously, and you won't even know it until somebody come ahead and put you in your place and tell you about yourself. Then you're gonna be like, ooh,
you probably won't even realize. You know how much times people done told us about ourselves, like individuals, somebody might have told me about myself, but now I'm more conscious, now I'm more aware. I could identify like, damn, this person came through my life and going into the things they said, they must have been actually aware of that I wasn't aware of, because I suck my teeth and move on just like any other person. We're going to move on from this video too. We're going to move on in life regardless. You see what I'm saying? So it's about taking time to analyze and identify and actually listen, comprehend what somebody's saying, especially if they have good logic, if they have good intentions for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where discernment comes in. Discernment means the ability to judge well. So now somebody comes along, and it's also about how how the person says it to you. Because we take everything offensive. We take things, they trying to be disrespectful, or they trying to tell me what to do, or they trying to blah blah blah. They think they better. No, it ain't really about that. It's a simple fact that we've been misinformed for a long time. What we think is correct, what we think is the way of life, the better thing to do, the better way of doing things is actually not. You know, and nobody's gonna be able to tell you that because nobody's engaging in the correct manner of doing things either. A lot of people got issues and problems that they don't speak about. A lot of people is taking stuff to the grave, and they have children in which they pass that trauma, they pass that characteristics and trait on, and then they wonder, damn, why my kids acting like that too? They can't even stand it. The kids make them frustrated too because they themselves didn't deal with that problem, and now they produced a child with the same problem, and they don't know how to deal with it. You know, so deal with that trauma before it deal with you. You know, these type of things. These type of things that people say, they go over our head all the time. Like, you talking about deal with this trauma because you so busy focusing on, I want to make money to go and get Dior. I want to make money so I can go get that new Beamer. I want to make money so I can go get the new Jordans. We too focused and distracted on the irrelevant things with no substance. These things are irrelevant. By next week is gonna have some new thing. There's so many people died, so many things have happened and gone and passed that we don't even remember now because we busy focusing on what's next. What's next? What's next? No.
Sure.
Take time, look in the mirror, focus on you. So that was question. These some deep questions that get into big deep conversations. We could talk on and on forever. What I want to do right now is, do you have any random question for me? And then I'll probably have a random question for you that wasn't really asked. We only took 4 questions to make it a short video that ended up turning into a long video. But that's what it's all about. When you're actually having real, genuine conversations, this is how far it goes. This is how things get engaged. This is how you grow. You know, you could either stay in the same predicament you in, or you could grow. And a lot of people wonder, like, damn, what's the secret? The secret is communication, because we young. We got a child together. I want to have another child, you know, and you don't hear things like that or see things like that. So you got to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Where did I go wrong? You ain't really go wrong, you know what I'm saying?
You just need some help.
You just need to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be true to
Pick
yourself.
up a book. Read a book.
Read a book.
We read lots of books.
Don't read an irrelevant book. Read a book that relates to you. Because people say things like that too. And that's something I always find myself talking about now too. We usually talk on the surface. Read a book. What book? Get deeper. You know what I'm saying? So read a book that's more related to your situation. Read a book that's going to help you. It's going to give you answers. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you want to do, there's a book about it. It may not give you step by step, but it's going to give you the words and the information that's going to get you thinking. And that's what books is about. Books is never going to give you a step by step. Oh, first you do this, then you do that. It don't work like that. Books give you information, and then you get that information, and you get an idea. You get inspired to do your own thing. And that's where your creativity come from. Put the phone down. Put the TikTok down. Put the scrolling on Instagram. Put it down. Click the Safari. Look up a word. Do this. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Click on a different app. So, any questions?
Before that,
yeah.
If you guys want any book suggestions, comment below or DM us. You have our Instagrams in our description. And
Instagram's right here.
Right. And yeah, we can give you lots of book suggestions for females, for males, even if you want kids books. We have tons of books, and we've been doing tons of reading, so
if you don't like books, there's also tons of interviews on YouTube.
Yes.
That you could go and type in and look up and find information too. Tons of interviews, tons of information on YouTube. YouTube is not only for music videos. YouTube is not only for pranks. YouTube is not only for us. There's tons and tons of information and videos on YouTube that you can also think if you do not like to engage in reading. But that's how I got into reading too, from watching the things of YouTube. I'm like, nah, everything is in a book. Let me start purchasing books. Now I'm on the road to like 150 books. I don't stop buying books, but it's like, damn, I gotta start actually reading the whole book. But it's like, that's not true too. You don't gotta read an entire book to get the concept of the book too.
I hate that.
What?
I kind of like reading the whole book.
Yeah, I like reading the whole book too, but it's so many books and so little time. It's
true.
like you be pressed.
Yeah.
At least I be pressed.
That's true, yeah. And then like our only little time to read is when our son goes to sleep and it's already nighttime.
And it's already late, but that's the best time to read too, because now you fall asleep on that information. And yeah, that's the best time to read. It's late at night too. Marcus Garvey said that as well.
I bet y'all didn't know that, huh?
Marcus Garvey got material for years. You'll never get finished up with Marcus Garvey material. If you, as a black man, you want to start somewhere, start with Marcus Garvey.
Yep. Okay, let me think of a random question. Let's see. Drum roll. Damn, I put on the
It's
spot.
like, if you don't got a question, I just wanted to see if we had any other questions.
No, tell me if you have one.
Question I have? I feel under pressure now too.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel the pressure now too, but
And the only one pressuring me is myself.
Yeah, right. I asked if we had any additional questions. So we went through, how did you guys meet? How long have y'all been together? What pisses you off the most about each other? And the last but not least, who changed the most throughout the relationship? So those were the 4 questions that we answered. And an additional question I would ask, let's see if she agrees. So, do you want to have another baby with me?
Yes.
I will bless her.
I really want a girl though, because we already have 2 boys. I just want one girl.
I never wanted a girl, but now I actually want a girl.
One.
Because girls cling to their father, boys cling to their mother. So I really have like no children. I'm like the uncle.
Stop, Uncle P. No, he's not.
Uncle P. No, I was playing.
Damn. One question that I do have for you is, ooh, it's very personal. I don't know if I should ask it.
Spice.
No, it's personal for us. Through all our hardships, why did you stay?
That's a good question.
Ooh, it's almost like you're gonna cry. Like, damn.
Through all the hardships, why did I stay?
Yeah.
I feel like I stayed for many reasons. I would say the main reason was I probably wouldn't have found another girl as such with the loyalty and such a clean record as far as how many bodies you got. Not necessarily how many people you've messed with, how many bodies, how being in the streets, being involved and doing all this crazy extra curricular activities.
It's the curriculars.
You know what I'm saying? She wasn't really a street girl, et cetera, et cetera. So if it's just good, I could take her anywhere. Nobody can be like, oh, I know. You know what I'm saying? So her name is good. You know what I'm saying? So that was one reason. Number 2, I don't want to have to start over with another relationship too. Getting to know their problems, getting to know their thing, their flaws, what you're hiding, etc. Starting over that whole relationship, that whole building a bond, that whole thing. I don't want to engage in that ever again. Not ever again, but it's an annoying process. Nobody wants to continue to do that over. That's called dating. Nobody want to keep dating. So that's the 2 reasons. 3, maybe God. God is another reason, because I don't know either, but God gave me the strength and the power to stay, because Lord knows we talk about all the time. Like, I was saying I didn't know why I stayed all the time. When I put God first, God is a great answer for the reason, because I could have been split.
Why always gotta be you leaving? Why always gotta be you?
I'm just saying niggas don't deal with certain things. Niggas be out.
Well, bitches don't deal with certain shit too.
Exactly. That's why we was meant to be shut up. We was meant to be saying, you know.
Fucking
so
asshole.
it's like, I gotta watch my answers. I'm gonna get in trouble.
No. I love the honesty. That's what I love. The honesty.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like why I sticked around.
And guys, side note, I was a little in the streets, just a little bit.
Yeah, you probably
just a little bit in the streets, not a lot of it, just a little bit.
A short period of time wasn't long enough as you wanted to stay, so that you got a whole credit in the streets of the name and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But
like that's 5 dicks. Let me stop. Nah, there was some girl I know that was her name.
5 dicks. So she's doing like 5 at one time. Nah, she was crazy.
She was crazy. She's very pretty though. Very pretty. Very beautiful girl. Very beautiful girl. Very, very, very beautiful. But yeah.
That's big for another girl to say that another girl is very beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Another time they be hating.
Right.
Like,
ooh, that's something I had to fix about myself. Cause I don't like bitches. That's one thing about me. I do not like females. I don't like guys. I don't like nobody. But I give credit where it's due now. If you're a beautiful woman, you're a beautiful woman. The fuck? If you're a handsome man, you're a handsome man. I still don't like your ass. But you're a handsome man. Why are you looking at me like that?
I ain't really
Cause dad looked at me and we was walking down somewhere downtown, and he was like, that's a beautiful black queen. Alright, this is gonna be cut out. No, I'm not. Because we was walking down and I think somebody was talking to her. It was a white man or something like that. Something was happening.
Lying.
And he was like, oh, that's a queen right there. That's a beautiful black queen right there. I'm telling you. How you telling me? We was downtown walking back.
It's not correlated. I'm not
You're not getting it?
I'm not getting it.
Whatever.
It's
Anyway. Anyway.
I'm not finding the files. my son, a beautiful guy. I may have, you know, I give credit too. You give credit, I give credit too. We don't got no animosity towards our own people, you
That's
know.
true.
They even know that's how it is towards us, and that's just how it is in general. That hood mentality, that whole idea that we gotta kill each other, we gotta drill each other, we gotta thing. That's all incorrect. That's all wrong. That was all forced on us.
Yes, it was.
You know what I'm saying? That was forced.
Yes, it was by massa. Massa.
That's it. Still in control. We going against a system. We're not going against an individual or people. We're going against multiple systems. And the biggest one that's affecting us today, like I was saying earlier, is music. In the 80s and the 70s and etc., they controlled and broke down the black communities with crack, drugs. Still, drugs is a way of degrading and
Sweetheart, 80s,
killing
70s.
ourselves.
It started in the 60s.
The 60s, yeah, right? Yeah, that is true. Actually, there's the 60s, because the 60s is when the whole Black Panther movement, Malcolm X was killed, Martin Luther King was killed, Medgar Evers was killed, and so on and so forth. The 60s is when they was eliminating any black activists, any black movements. And by doing that, they dropped crack in the neighborhoods. They put welfare, they broke down the black families, etc., etc., which brought us to this point where we at today, you know. So that's all within due diligence of history and knowing who you are
and reading.
And reading. It's all a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Know who you are.
And self-love, guys. Self-love.
Self-love is very important, because that's a whole part of their agenda, their whole system, the whole standard of beauty, what beauty is. And that goes back to the screening, who you picking and choosing, and why you picking and choosing this partner to be your partner, you know. So it's deep. Go on and on and on.
For
but
real.
It was a nice video that was supposed to be a short video for you guys, but we did a little bit more interacting. And if y'all want to see more videos like this, where we actually speak the facts and we tell you, we express how we feel on our views, how we grew, how we became where we at, and it didn't happen overnight, and it can't happen overnight for you. But with us continuing to produce these videos where we speak on these topics, it will surely open up your mind, and with your feedback, help us to articulate to you guys how to evolve within your life, within your relationship, for yourself, and be a better person and for you, because it ain't about nobody else.
Nope.
But you could only do, you are the only one who could reach your dreams, reach where you want to be, accomplish what you want to do. Only you
control your destiny.
You control your destiny. I want to quote something real quick. Hopefully I got it down packed. By Dr. John Henrik Clarke. He said, if we are going to be masters of our destiny, we must master the ideas that influence that destiny. John Henrik Clarke. I said it right.
He said it right.
So that's a very, I love that quote. That's a very powerful quote, because, again, who influences our destiny? Who influences our partners? Who influences what we want? Who influences what we want to look like? Not us. Not us. So again, like, comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. This video goes to, let's say, 100 likes. Let's get it to 100 likes, you know, to support the channel. And we're gonna drop another video soon. Peace.
Thanks
TJ
for watching.
Out of here.